I can see a lot of nodding little smiles happening here because it resonates, right? We say it before we've even identified whether that's truth or not. It's our program. Yeah. My parents were brought up in the post-war times. It's no surprise they were programmed with "I can't afford it" as the normal conversation, because they lived off, post-war rations and the Depression and all of those other things. It's no surprise their entire family was "I can't afford it," whether it was fact or not. And it was only about 2 years ago I had a conversation with my now 15-year-old. She said to me straight out, "I thought Granny and Granddad were broke." No, it's just the way they talk. They talk as if everything is a challenge, because that's how they were programmed. So everything is tight, even though they don't need to be tight. Yeah. So it's just a case of, this is a program. So if someone says to you, "I can't afford your coaching," that's not a no. That's just give them a moment. Okay. Because I guarantee each of you have used that as an excuse out of your mouth before you even really connected to it. Okay. Sometimes, yes, it's true in that moment, but that doesn't mean you can't afford it over time. Let's do a payment plan and make it manageable. Oh, okay. And I offer that to anyone. Here's my price for upfront. Here's my price for payment plan. Let's make this easy. And people are automatically, "Oh, okay, so I can do it." Yeah. I don't expect you to have 3 grand, 4 grand or whatever in your back pocket, but I know you can get it. Most people do payment plans. It's not a big deal. All right. So "I don't have enough money" is not a no. It's just to give me a moment to figure stuff out. Okay. It's also a perfect reason why people need to do your coaching, because if that's the default program that is coming out of their mouth, that's what they're vomiting onto their children. That's what they're vomiting onto their business. That's what they're vomiting onto their partner. That's what they're vomiting everywhere. And I mean that with love and respect. Because if they're programmed with the "I can't afford it," enjoy the hamster wheel.
I remember having the epiphany myself and having gone through like my own money programming. That's what we refer to it in the NLP word. It's a program that you've downloaded, because you can hear your parents saying it. And it's the worst thing when you hear your parents come out of your own mouth. Yeah, you're like, "Oh shit, that was my mum," or "That was my dad." The way that I kind of look at our money stories or our programs around that, it's like an accent. And what a beautiful space to use as an example. Because I was born in Australia. I'm married to a Kiwi. And I have quite a number of South African friends. So I have this beautiful infused accent, and especially it's influenced by whomever it is that I'm hanging out with more, because I take on their components. Yeah. And if I was born in Ireland, then I would download the Irish accent. If I was in the UK, I would sound very English. If I was from America, I would download that program. So we don't download what we are exposed to. And my parents are of the same age as Kim, post-war babies, where you saved everything. I'm so blessed. I'm 45. I don't understand. I've never experienced a Great Depression. We have gone through recessions and things like that. But my parents definitely had that language. We can't afford that. Waste not, want not. Make sure you save all of your money. Like, goddamn, if you spent anything now, like, you've got to save it for tomorrow. Tomorrow's never coming. Yeah, it's very frugal. My beautiful grandmother gave me a book, and it was like Thrifty and Savvy Ways to Save Money. And because of the era, it was like how to make everything yourself. When darning socks was an option, that's like putting, like stitching up a hole in a sock. Yeah. And it's just that thing. So if you look at your money stories, your triggers, the things that are coming up and icky and yucky, bless our parents, that's where we got them from. And they've got them from their parents. And it wasn't even our grandparents' program. It's like this heirloom that no one wants, gets handed down by generation to generation. And Kim shared that, you know, that her beautiful girls, oh, I know we can't afford that. Yeah. So it's just like an accent. And we can choose to change this particular accent if we want. And that's where we can become so empowered. Yeah. And just on that, Kim was sharing really passionately in regards to her experience not having the money at the end of the month to pay her mortgage. 20 years I've worked with dogs. It's my full-time life, hanging out with cool dog people and their animals. Now, there is nothing more evident than when you work with animals, and particularly in the shelter environment, money equals lives. I can sugarcoat it as much as you like, but you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, money equals lives. And when a friggin' organization tells me that this beautiful creature can't make it because there's not enough money, because it's just another number on a book, that's the reality. Because there's not enough food to feed. We can't afford to do knee surgery on this dog. That's the ugly truth of it. That was my greatest motivator to overcome my shitty fucking money stories. It's what I call a double holster. This one here is a single holster. This one here is a double holster. And I'm like never going to allow a shitty money story to stop me from creating an impact, shaking the shit out of the animal welfare sector, because it is rife with fucking money stories. You watch the commercials on the TV, poor woe me. You even just listen to the language. That's not empowering. There is no way in hell that I'm not going to create an impact where I'm not helping these animals. And more than anything, I want to help the other people that have suffered with the post-traumatic stress syndrome of being exposed to this bullshit system where dogs die because we can't afford it. That's a huge motivator for me. Not on my fucking watch. And if I can pay for Betty Smith down the road because her beloved dog that her husband bought her 2 years before he passed, if I can spend the $3.5 grand to save her dog, tell me I don't have the right, the birthright to earn money to help her. Money is such a bigger picture than this icky, shitty polyester brown suit. It is food on the plate. It is the time with your children. It is the time with your family. Because if you're working 18 hours a day, you're sure as shit not present in your marriage, in your relationship, or with your children. And what is the number one reason people get divorced? Money. So I sit there and I'm like, fuck it. Let's get icky. Let's get uncomfortable. Let's get triggered so we can heal. And holy shit, when we get out there, we are going to make such an amazing impact on this world. And I will fucking embrace every single one of you, because you will have that impact. You're going to raise your children with the belief that they are possible. The dogs are possible. Your farm, Julia, is possible. Your business, Cliff, is possible. For every single one of your beautiful souls, you are possible. Your dream is possible. Domestic violence, Alison, possible. And we can have a greater impact when we have the resources behind us. So don't let a shitty little accent of a money story block you. Kim and I are here and we're fired up and passionate to let your soul come forward and do the work that it needs to do. And if you want to do that beautiful, heartfelt soul work, your cup needs to be full. It doesn't need to be worried about what bill's being paid. Not at all. I've got a really sick dog at the moment. Man, the world has given me the opportunity of a lifetime this month to grow. I've lost my mum. My dog is exceptionally sick. He has an autoimmune disease. And do you know how nice it feels for me to be able to walk into the emergency care vets as they're doing x-rays, as they're doing MRIs, as they're doing ultrasounds, as they're doing lung washes, as they're doing everything to my dog. And never at one point am I sitting there and going, shit, do I need to make a decision on a bank balance or my dog? Whatever it fucking takes. So that's my share on it, and I am fucking passionate about it. And I will say Betty Smith's dog. And no matter what I need to do, I'm going to reach through this land of Zoom and grab hold of you, embrace you. A little bit of a shake. Because you're all fucking possible. Kim and I see this. And we're here to pull you through beautifully. So wherever you are triggered, please pop that on your shit sheet. Because we can make a difference if we give ourselves permission.
I am possible is a phrase that got me through many a hard time. There was even a cartoon show in Australia called Kim Possible.